On today's episode, I'd like to talk to you all about chores. What are some of the benefits of chores and how you can go about doing them?
Welcome to the Beehive Doc Talks with Dr. Blair Rolnick. As a pediatrician and mother herself, Dr. Rolnick is here to answer your most pressing parenting questions and guide you through the tough spots.
Welcome back to Be Kind Pediatrics. For those of you who are new to the show, my name is Dr. Blair Rolnick. I am a board-certified pediatrician and mom myself. So let's dive in and talk a little bit about why you even consider incorporating chores into your child's daily routine. So again, during wellness visits, this is one aspect I try not to overlook with parents. Often children, especially these days, are engaged in multiple organized sports after school or activities and clubs after school, and so it leads very little time for chores in their day-to-day life. But there are some benefits to incorporating or considering incorporating chores into your child's daily routine. And let's talk through a few of them. So research suggests that children who engage in chores may have higher levels of self-esteem as well as be more independent. And they can have higher levels of executive functioning, especially math skills, depending on the system you have in place for your chores. So in terms of self-esteem and the contributions, children and people in general are geared genetically to be parts of larger structural units and family units and social structures. And so we derive a lot of enjoyment and pleasure at being a contributing member to that social group. And so especially young children, when it can be sometimes easier to put their toys away for them or clean up their dishes for them, it helps them feel like they are contributing in some way to the family and helping if you let them do it themselves. And that feeling can help boost their self-esteem and make them more confident in doing things more independently on their own. So if they can put away their toys on their own, maybe they can also put away their clothes on their own or wash their own apple. And so the feeling that you can do something, even as an adult, like the feeling that you got something done independently on your own, helps roll you into doing more things independently on your own and feeling that reward and satisfaction. I think another underrated important part to talk about a chore system or the potential benefits of chores is delayed gratification. So if you have a chore system in place, for example, where your child earns something at the end, like they get 10 stars and they earn a toy, or they have a monetary system in place where they are earning money and then get to use that money to buy a toy or a special treat. That delayed gratification is an extremely important part of learning, especially in this day and age where everything is pretty much instantaneous. I love Amazon and Instacart myself, but we have very little areas in our modern world where we can help teach our children or instill in them the experience of delayed gratification. And there have been some studies that showed instant gratification creates a network where we release oxytocin when we get the reward we want. And when that's happened instantaneously without that delayed gratification aspect, it can create an addiction cycle. And so that can be an addiction to things like screen time, to Amazon, and to shopping. And so having instilled the kind of a chore system where that delayed gratification is part of the system is an especially beneficial aspect, or can be an especially beneficial aspect of your child's day-to-day life. So then I think the kind of next question I get from parents is, when do I start thinking about chores and what are good chores for my child depending on their age? So usually I start talking about chores in the 2 to 3 year old visit. And these are really simple chores that are really geared towards helping them again with their development. So a 2 or 3 year old might be able to help put away their toys, which is a great chore and developmental activity for them to engage in, because maybe they are going to help put away their toys based on shape. So maybe they are going to put all of their squares in one box, all the circles in one box, or all the red toys in one box, all the animal shaped toys in one box. So it helps them learn the idea of shapes, colors, and potentially categorizing things and organizing different types of toys. It also helps with their fine motor skills, so picking up different shaped objects as well as different textured objects, which helps them with their sensory input. And it also can help with the gross motor skills. So you need to be able to pick up the object and then walk to wherever it belongs, maybe open the drawer, put it in the bin and close it. And so these are all great activities for your toddler to be working on anyway. And again, those toddler age children especially love to feel like they are contributing and helping the family. And so this can be a great way to build their confidence as well as their independence. You also might note that your toddler is really interested in doing all of the household chores that you're doing, like putting away the groceries, which can help with their language skills. They can learn the different types of vegetables as well as the different color vegetables and where they go. They might really enjoy or try to engage doing laundry with you. So they can help separate the clothes by colors, which again helps reinforce learning their colors. You can also work on early math skills. So there's more laundry in this bin than that bin. And they also particularly enjoy helping you try to clean up. So you can get them little miniature vacuums or broom sets and let them engage in some imaginative or independent play, whether they are kind of cleaning alongside of you, even if they're not actually participating in that chore, they feel like they are, and that's the important part. And you can reference the video I did on the benefits of independent play for more information on how to do that and why it might be beneficial. Let's move on to the 4 or 5-year-olds. You might have them engage in a chore in feeding the pets if you have a pet. So most pets are fed a mathematical amounts that helps them work on their math skills, like 1/2 a cup versus 1/4 versus 2/4. You can even switch it up for them if they are learning division. So you can say, feed them 2/4 of a cup, which is also 1/2 a cup. You can have them help make their bed. That's a great chore that works on improving both fine motor and gross motor skills. Those 6 and 7-year-olds, a great chore for them is setting the table. So setting the table involves not only gross motor skills of getting the plates, fine motor skills, picking them up, balancing in them and bringing them to the table, but it also involves math skills. So counting how many of each item you need, how many plates, how many forks, how many cups. And it also involves executive function skills like organization. So where do they go on the table and kind of figuring out placement as well as spatial awareness for that. For that same reason, figuring out where they spatially should be arranged on the table. For the 7 to 9-year-olds, you can involve them in unloading and loading the dishwasher or meal prep. I think you can even involve younger kids starting in the 3 to 4-year-old range in meal prep. I think this is a lovely chore because it's a great opportunity to talk about the importance of food, nutrition, the difference between whole foods and processed foods, and to start that education early on and get the children involved in the cooking process often helps with their buy-in and wanting to eat whatever they made. Again, children are very proud and they really want to be part of the family structure and helpful. And so if they can help make something, they are much, much more likely to eat it because they're very proud of their culinary work. And so I love that chore for pretty much all ages. Older kids, like 10 plus, can be involved in more multiple chores, so maybe doing their bed and the laundry. This can help, again, with some of those executive function skills. So remembering to do it every day on their own. Time management, trying to figure out at what time of day that they can do this and get the rest of their daily tasks done, as well as continuing to work on some of those fine motor and motor skills. So the last thing I want to talk about is how do you actually do this? Starting young certainly helps. So toddlers and school-age children are more likely to buy into this than if you start it when there are young, older school-age kids like 10 or 12 or adolescents. You want to make it a routine, so something that you expect them to do every day so that you remember to do it and take that mental burden off yourself as parents because we have so many other things going on. And lastly, and probably most importantly, is to make it fun. And I'm just going to make another plug again for having it structured in so that there is some sort of delayed gratification, either a reward system with stars and stickers, or you can get some really cool fun apps like there's an app called Greenlight, which allows you to have a little debit card for your child and you transfer them maybe a small amount of money, like 50 cents, $1 for every chore. And that can be really helpful, A, in the delayed gratification, and B, helping them learn fiscal planning and early math skills. So they need to get $1, $2, $3, $4 to buy their whatever treat they're going to buy. That makes them lose $2. Now they have $2 left. So it really helps work on some of those, like I said, early math skills, planning and executive function. Like, I need to do this many chores this day to buy this $3 piece of candy that I want, as well as that delayed gratification. So I know parents have a tremendous amount on their plates already, and I don't want to add one more thing to your plate, but if you're thinking about chores or why you might want to incorporate them into your family structure, I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them below. Or if you're doing chores and you have other fun ideas that I haven't thought about, please feel free to share them with the community.
Thank you for watching the Beehive Doc Talks with Dr. Blair Rolnick. For more episodes and her practice, visit BeKindPediatrics.com, and don't forget to subscribe for more parenting tips wherever you get your podcasts. This information is for educational purposes only. It is not medical advice. Always seek medical advice from a qualified physician.